So I get a lot of people ask me in my comments where I can find samples, where I find my samples for making sample beats. And I want to show you guys some sources that I use to find sample beats. And just to start off, I want to say like I mainly use like YouTube and stuff like that to find samples. So I want to show you like the YouTube channels that I go to. So this is the first one right here. So if you guys, let me focus in right here. So shout out to Oleg. Definitely check his samples out. He's got crazy sound selection. I think what he does is just upload some of his personal vinyl collection on YouTube for us, and he just finds some like very rare samples. Like some of them like you can find on other sites or like YouTube pages, but I think a couple days ago I found a sample on his page, and I tried to look it up like YouTube or like, yeah, I think I tried to look it up on YouTube. I just couldn't find it, but definitely check out Oleg. Like he's got a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to play any samples because of copyright, but he's got a good selection. I would say he's mainly like a lot of soul samples and stuff. He's got some rock. But if you're looking for like that 70s, 60s type of vibe, definitely check out his channel. So another good YouTube channel that I personally like to sample from is a YouTube channel called Music for Empty Rooms. So this has a really good selection. I'm not sure of the actual person that runs it, but it seems like it's more like an ambient type of sound selection. So if you're looking like right here, it's psychedelic soul, you know, like just like very ambient jazzy type of sounds. And if you're looking for that type of vibe, like this is definitely a good channel to go to, like especially like ambient kind of lo-fi stuff. Like I feel like I've been making a lot of that lately. I've always been into ambient stuff, and this is a perfect channel for that. He's got a bunch of videos. One thing I forgot to mention too, like when you go to any of these YouTube channels, definitely check out their playlist, because it kind of just categorizes everything. Like this one is Sunset, so it's like more happy vibes. Alchemist, I want to say it's more like, you know, the producer Alchemist type of samples. Middle East, you know, he just has a bunch of samples and different type of selection that you can go through. But yeah, I think for this channel it's a lot of ambient type of stuff, so definitely give that a look. So this is another YouTube channel too. Shout out to André Navarro, I think that's how you say it, but similar to Oleg, I want to say, like very just 70s 60s vibes. Got a bunch of uploads. How many uploads? He's got 2.6 or 2.6k videos on here, so he's got a large selection, a sample library. And this is another side note too. A lot of people ask, are these like royalty free? These aren't royalty free because they're coming off records. So you do like, you know, eventually if you make a song or something like that, you will have to clear the sample. That's a whole other video. I actually made a video about at least my thoughts on clearing samples and like the process when it needs to be done, all that stuff. So check out that. But yeah, these aren't royalty free. But you know, like if you really like sampling and you're trying to get that specific sound, like definitely check these out. I actually want to do a video on like how I find my samples, because you could find a bunch of dope samples out here, but like in my opinion, it all depends on what it sounds like and what you're going for. But let me know if you guys want to see a video on that too. And just side note, I will leave all these links down below so you guys can check out their channel directly, just to give them, you know, listen to everything. So this is another channel, not even channel, but a producer that I follow. And, you know, in the last video I was talking about, if you want to find like royalty free samples, look at this guy right here, this producer. Shout out to TAYSYDE. TAYSYDE, if you're watching this, you bless us and you don't even know it. Like his sound selection and the way he makes samples is just like, especially if you're looking for like that Griselda sound, like this is perfect for it. I actually was just in the studio with my boy, and I made a beat with TAYSYDE's sample. Like, honestly, I just looped that shit up because it didn't even need to be chopped up or anything. But like, if you're looking for that dark Griselda type sound, like that's one of my favorite sounds right now. I am from Buffalo, New York, so like I gotta, it's just I feel like a lot of producers are kind of going back to that like old school dark sampling type method. But yeah, definitely check out TAYSYDE. He's got, let me see. This playlist right here is all his sample packs right here. He's got a good amount of sample packs. If you see like all the red lines, I've been going through these, you know what I mean? Like the newest one he released, it was 3 weeks ago. It looks like he's starting to release a little bit more. I think he slowed down a little bit, but like that's understandable. I think making samples from scratch like this, it takes some time. So, but yeah, I mean, TAYSYDE is not the only producer too. Like, if you're looking for royalty free or something that you can use more royalty free, I would just like the best bet to do. It can be kind of tricky, but like if you're looking for a specific vibe, just type in like, let me see if it's focused. Like just type in like Griselda sample pack or something like that, and these will come down. So I think for like this guy, shout out to Memory Recollect Music. I think this is just sample packs that he's not even samples, but he's like putting a bunch of vintage samples together. So I don't think they are royalty free. Whenever you want to look for royalty free samples, like click on the producer, and then in the description it should say if it's royalty free or something like that. And if you don't know, just contact the producer directly and be like, hey, I love your samples, but are these royalty free? Especially if you're really worried about that, just set them up and ask some more questions. But yeah, another source is just, again, YouTube, but then, just looking up a specific artist and then typing in royalty free. That's a good way to find some samples. So I want to show you one more method that I find my samples. So this one's a little bit different. So this is, I'm on a Instagram page. Shout out to Portal Records. They upload, it seems like very, very rare, like Japanese R&B type of vibes. Like it's the craziest samples. I have heard some samples that have been used in songs before, like bigger name songs. But what I like doing, you can even go through these posts. These have video on them, but like for example, for this right here, if you like these samples, like it's a little slideshow right here, carousel, Instagram carousel. What I do is hit more, and then it should show like what artist is right here. And what I do is pretty much, honestly, I go into ChatGPT and like I get the artist name and then the title and be like, yo, send me YouTube links. Are there any YouTube links out there? So, I don't directly sample off of Instagram. I'd rather go to like YouTube or YouTube Music, or, that's another side thing too. A lot of people are like, yo, why do you use YouTube? Because of the sample rate, like, or like, it's not as better quality as so and so. Honestly, like, I think for the type of beats that I make more like of a lo-fi type of sound. So like I'm already destroying the sound. Like I definitely get it. I think if you are like sampling, it's, first off, I want to say, like, if you can, go to the record store. Like go to the record store, go through records. Like what I would do is go to the dollar bins, check out records there. I would just look at the covers and be like, yo, this cover looks cool. I'm going to get this. That's probably best bet because you are going to find the best quality. For me personally, like the time that I have is very limited. So to go through records a lot, like maybe I'll do a video of me just going to a record store and like making a beat from a record, or just like I have a record collection too. So maybe I'll go through some of my old records, but it's just a lot easier for me to sample from this. It just comes down to like my time and what's more convenient. But yeah, just side note. But yeah, check out this Instagram page, like especially what I like to do is go to the reels, and right here you could just keep going down and it shows you the artist name right here. If you click right here, shows you the artist name, the song, all that. Like this is a good way. I don't know if there's any other, I'm sure there's more like Instagram pages like this that show like set or like records that they're actually selling. That's the other thing with this place too. Like you can actually buy these records too. You don't have to like YouTube search it. Like you can actually purchase them, which is cool. I actually might purchase a record. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll purchase one of these records and sample it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see that. That would actually be kind of a cool video. But yeah, this is another source too. Just going on Instagram and just looking up different Instagram pages. Again, if you guys know any other Instagram pages, let me know in the comments, because there's so many ways to find samples at the end of the day. Like I think that's the beauty of the day and age that we're living in right now. Like you can go on YouTube, you can go to the record shop, shit, you can go to the thrift store and find like crazy like VHS tapes. Again, like if you guys want to see more of that content too, like let me know. I think that will be kind of more of a, I sample a lot of stuff on YouTube, so maybe that'll be a good switch up for the channel too, just to sample very random records that I find or stuff like that. But yeah, just a quick guide on where you could find different samples, because I probably get this question at least 5 times a week, like in the comments, like where do you find your samples? And another side note, a lot of people are like, yo, like what app is that? Like what app are you using? So what I do, I'll show you right now. So what I do, so let's say I find this sample right here. So this is George Franklin Smallwood, I Love You, My Father, I think. Yeah, that's what it's called. So what I do this specifically for the short. So I have YouTube Music, so the only thing I do is click this right here, and it brings me to YouTube Music. Brings me right here, and I have this view. It's just YouTube, but I use this because it looks cleaner in the video, honestly, and I think the quality might be a little bit better, but I get that question so many times, like what app are you using? I use YouTube. That's probably 99% of the time. Like that's what I use most of the time. At least for now. Again, it can change in the future, but that's how I sample I can't talk. It's early in the morning when I make these videos, but that's how I find my samples. I use YouTube Music for the most part, and I've been using that YouTube or the Instagram method. But yeah, let me know if this guide helps. If you want to support the channel, there's going to be affiliate links down below. There's another thing too. If you want to like ask me questions directly, feel free to like hit me up on Instagram too. Like I try to be as active on Instagram as possible, and I like Instagram because it has a DM feature, so you guys can hit me up directly. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.